Hey up and welcome back to Matt's Mindful Meals. So today's a bit of a big one. My group of mates that we call the Goonies who are off out, and you'll see we're right by the car because we're going to go and catch a boat and go over to the forest and then camp there. I think there's 3 of us in tents, and I'm going to be trying out my new Onewind Hammock System, so I'll show you that. And if you stick around to the end, there's some like voucher that you'll be able to get a discount if you think that you fancy one yourself. And then I'm going to cook a really big mixed grill. Now the meat was expensive today, so I think it might be unicorn meat. Anyway, we better get moving because we've got this boat to catch. Speak to you soon. There's Nige, Mo and Dave holding on to his bag because he thinks someone's going to steal it, but it's the wrong colour. So as you see, we've arrived and they managed to get off the boat successfully. I went off first and went flying, so it's a shame they didn't video that. Anyway, we're going to get ourselves all up to the area where we're going to stay, which is in these bits. And so I'll catch you a little bit later. Let me show you this. Not bad, is it? So we've arrived. I'm just going to do a quick chat of the stuff that I bought. I bought the Onewind under hammock blanket. Now I'm going to fit it today because I just want to see what it's like, but it's around about 15 degrees C and it's not going to get any colder. We may get some rain overnight, so I'm going to fit that just so you can see the fit of it. It does compress a fair bit smaller than this. So yeah, and it's not very heavy as well. I've got quite a few other under blankets, but this seems to be quite light compared to the others. Yeah, so we'll see that one. So as I say, there'll be a link for each of these items at the end and in the description, which allows you to get a discount on them. And this is the hammock. Now this hammock is a 12-foot hammock. So I sleep diagonally, so an 11-foot hammock's normally fine for me anyway. So this 12-foot one's going to be even more comfy. But what I'm interested with this one, as I'll show you when I set it out, is I swapped my slings out on my other hammocks for Whoopie slings because you know you can open them and close them quite easily. But this is a new method. So the daisy chains that you get on most hammocks are slightly different for this, and you've got a buckle system. I'll show you when I've got it all set up. And then you can change the tension and the lie of your hammock by pulling the straps, but I'll show you that in a minute. So yeah, that's quite light as well. And then this is a 12-foot by 12-foot tarp, and it weighs hardly anything. I'm sure there'll be some weight somewhere, but I've got a DD 3.5 by 3.5, and this is far lighter than that, and it'll compress you really want it to probably not much more than a large can of beer. Anyway, I'll get this set up and then I'll show you the points that I like and any bits that just are different than what I'm used to seeing. So far you've seen me put the hammock up. So what I'm going to show you now is some of the really good bits I really like about it. So the suspension system that you've got is a buckle which goes into some really strong cord. Now the buckle is really cool because all we need to do is pull some tension onto this, and as you'll see, it's now fully taut. But inside of this hammock, you've got an internal ridge line that I've just gone all the whole length of. Now, you know I was saying about whoopie slings earlier. It's based on a whoopie sling, so you can change the tension of it, you can slacken it off or tighten it as much as you want. Sorry about the poor camera in then. But it's also got, I think they're called Prusiks or something. Anyway, you can hang your light off the centre of that. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. And the thing about this fly net, or the mosquito net, is it zips up completely, like any should, but you can also take it completely off if you want to. But I'm in the woods today and there's quite a lot of insects about, so it's going to stay on. So now I'm going to put on the underblanket. I'll give you a closer look at the underblanket. So if you see, it fits really snugly to the actual outline of the hammock. So we attach it to the brackets with a mini carabiner and the 3 pieces of elastic, which are adjustable here. But one thing I really like about this is on some under hammock blankets that you get, sometimes you can wake up in the night cold because the under blanket has slipped underneath the hammock, whereas this one, the actual elastics that keep it taut are actually connected to the hammock itself, so there's no way whatsoever that your hammock is going to come away from the under blanket. So it's really nice and secure here, and that's on both sides, and it's adjustable if you want to hug it closer and tighter to yourself. So you can see on this end I've pulled it quite taut, so once I get in there it's all going to be nicely in place for me. So yeah, very impressed. Now it's time to put the tarp up. Here we go. That's the Onewind 12-foot Ultralight hammock. The only thing I'm going to change for it is the orange guy ropes. I'm going to swap them out for green paracord before I use it again. The tarp itself, really lightweight. I think it's going to become my favourite tarp. What I would say though is you need to bring more pegs. So you'll need 6-8 pegs. But yeah, everything's seam taped inside, so if it rains, you're not going to get any drips on water on your face coming through. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy. It's got pull-out points on the side as well, 2 on each side, and I'm really chuffed with. Now these buckles here that I'm using at the moment to tie the guide rope there, because it's a little bit walloping around with the wind today. You can use those to actually secure the ends up, but I don't really use that. Anyway, as I've said, if you go to the description, there's a discount code for you if you want any of this equipment. So anyway, I need to go chat to the boys because it is my birthday bash, so I'll speak to you soon. So I'm now set up. I've got my little Trekology chair there. So my underblanket's in, and then I've got my camping quilt in there, little Yuko sprout light, and good old faithful Thermarest pillow. But yeah, I've got the net up because we're starting to get some quite like fluke flies, which are big, hairy, horrible jobs that I didn't see until I moved up to the Highlands of Scotland. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. The lads have had a good feel of it, and the quality's there too. So yeah, gets my thumbs up and my seal of approval. So welcome back. So the rain's going to come in. The other guys are cooking their meals up by the beach, but I wanted to come back down into the woods. So I've got my ingredients in a box. So I went to the butcher's and I got myself some steak, a lamb chop, pork chop, some Lorne sausage, which is a Scottish sausage. I've got some tomatoes, mushrooms, and obviously some chilies. So I'm going to make myself a nice mixed grill. I'm going to be cooking on a Firebox Freestyle, but just for a change, I'm just going to try and cook it. Not do any talking or anything while it's going through, unless something crops up. Anyway, so hope you enjoy it. Chat to you soon. Matt's Mindful Meals mixed grill. So we've got steak, Lorne sausage, liver, pork chop, lamb giga chop, chilies, mushrooms, onions and grilled tomatoes. Well, as you can see, I've had to run off and hide under my tarp because there's a rain cloud coming through. So it's good timing really, because I've just finished what I can eat. And Dave's had a sausage, everybody's had a bit of something. It's really good. So yeah, mixed grill in the woods. I don't know whether you enjoyed it with me not talking while I was cooking. These pride guys will probably say, yeah, it's definitely better keep your mouth shut. But anyway, let me know. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get all this lot tidied up, have a few beers with these guys when they're when they're doing the tea, and we'll catch her a bit later with some, hopefully some good sunset shots. But the sun doesn't go down till really late here, and maybe a cruise liner or something coming in and out of the Moray Firth.
Good morning. So I had a great night's sleep in this hammock. It's plenty big enough, so I slept diagonally, so you slept really flat. So I had a really good night's sleep. So I'll give you a quick look outside. So I've just been woken up by the birds. It's around about 6:40. So it's 20 to 7 in the morning. There's Nige's tent. Mo's tent, I think Mo's stirring, and then just behind that you can see Dave's tent.
Well, the worst bit of any camp now. Time to take it down. One adaptation I have done to the tent is, you can see I've put a piece of paracord between the two zips, so that when you're in the hammock at night time, if your one zip is right down by your feet, with these two being linked together completely, you can just pull on this and this one. It brings both your zips together. Handy. Well, that's the end of the camp. So we just tidied up and now we're heading off back to catch the boat. And so when you see this video, if you see that roundel thing, press that and I'll let you subscribe so you can see more of the shenanigans we get up to. And there'll be a little video somewhere of something else that we've cooked. But anyway, Take care of yourselves, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Draw!